571, 572. Welcome to Nineworks TV. In today's episode, we've not got a home workout using car parts. We've got something much more important. 9 top mods for the 986 Boxster. Yes, so thank you for joining us here at Heritage Parts Centre, home to over 25,000 VW and Porsche parts. The majority of the parts that you see here come from Heritage Parts Centre, where you can get 10% off your basket. Just enter the code NINEWORKS10 at the checkout. The 986 Boxster, what a fantastic mid-engine Porsche sports car it really is. With this list of 9 top modifications in today's video, this will enhance the car even further and allow you to get even more out of your Porsche Boxster experience. The other thing is, all the parts featured in today's video, I'll pop a link in the video description below for easy access. Go and take a look. Where shall we start? And it's this stainless steel silencer. The 986 has a fairly good soundtrack to it already, it has to be said, but, and I've mentioned this in previous videos, there's a couple of things where you might consider a stainless steel exhaust. The first one is you want to improve the soundtrack, and there is definitely room for improvement with the 986. Also corrosion, I mentioned these cars 25 years old now. So replacing a factory rear silencer for an aftermarket one such as this one from Dansk. Stainless steel, therefore built to last. Still comes with that quintessential Boxster center exit exhaust with the tips, of course. Further reasons to go aftermarket. Usually there's a weight saving as well. I always big up the weight saving over anything else. Some other businesses or companies will claim a small uptick in horsepower, but again, I think the main thing is to prolong the life of the car and the exhaust system. But again, any weight you can strip off the car is always a good thing. Add lightness, of course. Fairly cost effective as well. You can usually pick these up for under £1,000, okay, including fitting. It's a really nice way to improve the soundtrack of the car and strip out a little bit of weight as well, okay? So that's your first top mod, and particularly if you like the sound of your Boxster attached to your movement of the right pedal, it's one of the first things you might like to look at. Okay, second, or number 2 on the list, and it kind of really stays with the theme of exhaust. We've got here 100 cell cats. Now, you may have heard the term 200 cell or 100 cell cat before, but what does that mean? Well, the cell actually refers to an acronym called CPSI, cells per square inch. And CPSI refers to the amount of tiny, tiny squares within a square inch on the inside of a cat converter, okay? Now really, the less squares there is, the less back pressure and resistance there is, improving performance therefore. If you just want to improve the soundtrack of your Boxster, just go for the silencer upgrade. Nice and easy, fairly cost effective as well. If you want to unlock a shade more performance, that's when you start going down this route with performance cats. This example here from Dansk is a 100 cell cat. Dansk and other companies as well, don't forget, they also do 200 cell cats and everything else. 100 cell cats being more performance oriented than 200, of course. As I say, these performance cats reduce back pressure and resistance, increasing flow, and that obviously increases horsepower as well. So a definite performance upgrade. It will also improve the soundtrack of your Boxster as well. And these tend to be quite a bit lighter than the factory equivalent. So again, if you want to start unlocking the performance potential of your Boxster, this is a worthy upgrade alongside the silencer. It's good to do them both at the same time, particularly there might be a lot of corrosion under there. It's best with the old unit to take all of that off straight away and put on some shiny new stuff. Right, okay then. Let's go practical for a little bit. With number 3 on our list of top 9 mods for the 986, window regulators. Now this is the same really for 986 and 996 and 987 Boxster and 997, 911. Failure of window regulators is a fairly common thing. Again, remember, age related. After 20 years of constant use, parts are going to wear. Okay, now the failures of window regulators are the direct result of worn window seals, guides and tracks, along with, let's be honest, a general lack of inner door maintenance, because who ever thinks to take their door apart? Usually it's the cables that snap on the factory window regulators, but there's a variety of bits and pieces that can wear, tracks and guides and everything else. This is a nice and easy replacement that means when you get the roof down on your Boxster, you can get the windows down as well for that full and quintessential Porsche open top experience. Good bit of advice though is, while you're in there, and you are going to need to buy a new door membrane by the way, because you need to rip that out in order to get to where the window regulator plumbs into. When replacing the window regulators, just check all the other componentry on the inside of that door. There's no point investing in a new regulator and then trying to make it work with old, worn, sticky parts. Just check that everything else is running nice and smoothly. Then you'll have windows that go up and down as they should for the full Boxster open top experience. Staying with practicality before we return to the fun stuff, and I promise we will return to the fun stuff, we've got this pushrod ball cup for the 986 and 987. Now you may not have heard of these before, but if you own a Boxster, it's worth bearing this in mind. So the OE Porsche Boxster convertible top actuating pushrod is made with a plastic ball cup. Now of course, it being plastic, over time this is likely to wear and break, rendering the top completely inoperable. Interestingly, the only solution via Porsche is to replace the complete arm with, guess what, another plastic-ended rod. The aftermarket answer, which to me is a solution that makes a lot more sense, is to purchase a steel version. Now these cost pennies, but as I say, it could be the difference between your Boxster roof being operable or inoperable. They come with a lifetime warranty as well. It's a nice little investment that ensures as soon as that sun comes out, your roof can come down. What's next? Let's go for springs. Aftermarket or performance springs like this will of course improve the sportiness of the car's chassis and how it responds to the road and your driver inputs. Performance or aftermarket springs such as these from IBAC, they do a couple of things. They improve handling and performance. Without a doubt, they also improve the look of your Boxster as well. The springs will be shorter, so they'll pull your car out of the sky with its factory ride height. Much better look, much better stance on the car. In terms of performance, it'll also lower the car's centre of gravity. The springs also tend to be a bit stiffer as well, so again, really just helps shore up the handling of your Boxster. Fantastic value for money as well. You can pick a set of these up from around 400 quid at the time of recording, but whether you go for IBAC or any other brand, again, this is a really good, really sensible and really cost-effective way to just shore up the handling on your 986 Boxster. Now again, and in similarity to the silencer and cat combo on the exhaust that we mentioned at the top of the video, you can just get springs to help out with the handling of your car. If you want to take that one step further, you can purchase shocks or dampers as well, okay? Now I've got the famous Bilstein B6 dampers here. These dampers and its technology has been fitted to a variety of sports cars over the years. Bilstein stuff, as we know, is tested on the Nürburgring Nordschleife. It's not bad testing ground, is it really? Goes back to what I said earlier on, your Boxster being 20 years old. This is modern day technology, fresh out the box, that you can apply to your mid-engine sports car platform. It offers a pretty good balance between increased performance but also comfort and luxury as well. So it's not going to be something that's utterly bone crunching in comparison to say something like coilovers. So a good spring and damper combo is highly recommended. Tie that in with a good set of springs, you have got a really good and really viable solution to greatly enhancing the performance and handling performance of your Boxster without having to go down the road of coilovers. Right, 3 items left. All comes down to handling, really. Let me start with bushes first. Now again, this shouldn't be news to you, particularly for what we've covered previously on Nineworks TV. The bushes connecting all those arms and componentry and everything else together underneath your Boxster is going to be pretty perished by now, even with the best will in the world and the most fastidious upkeep, okay? Couple of options you can go down. You can replace with factory. Of course you can. Porsche will be very happy to take your money, I'm sure. You can also go down the aftermarket route as well. I've got some examples here from Powerflex. In switching to poly bushes, of course, it does mean your ride is going to be stiffer. So you need to make a decision really in terms of what you use your Boxster for, what sort of lifestyle you lead with that car. If you're all about performance and road handling, maybe it's a Sunday driver's car, absolutely go down this route. If your car is more of an everyday route, it's something to consider, okay, that you might want a slightly softer approach. But then, of course, your caveat is you've got more flex and slop in your chassis. Powerflex have got bushes for literally every component underneath every Porsche, not just Boxster. It's worth checking out. Penultimate part, and it is penultimate part, even though there's only one thing left on the table here. Again, it relates to underneath the car with handling. You've got lots of different arms and whatnot that I mentioned. They will perish if your bushes or boots crack or fail, that is an MOT failure outright here in the UK. So it's really important that all your boots are in good condition. We've got anti-roll bar drop links here. Again, these need to be in tip-top condition, these little things. And really, we're using these drop links by Myler as a physical metaphor for all of the arms that you'll find underneath the Porsche Boxster. Shoring up the condition of the arms and other suspension componentry underneath the car correlates directly to a superb and direct driving experience on your car. It really will make a night and day difference. Don't forget, with Myler, you've got your 2-year unlimited mile guarantee or warranty as well to go with that. So that is exceptional value for money. And as I've said previously, Myler cover the whole range of every single arm that you can imagine underneath, not just the Boxster, but any other Porsche and VW as well. On to the final product to talk about in our top 9 performance upgrades for your 986 Boxster. Number 9 is tyres. So all the stuff that we've looked at today, that shiny componentry and parts, all absolutely will help improve your 986 driving experience. Tyres are arguably the most crucial thing though, not just in terms of improving the dynamic performance of the Boxster, but also ensuring the safety of you as a driver and your passenger. Me personally, I would not be driving a car with tyres older than 6 years old. I'd change them as a matter of course, but also check the tread as well. These are performance cars, and tyres are the only thing connecting you and your car to the road. Grip is everything. There are a range of tyres and tyre brands available for a variety of budgets. The only advice I would like to pass on to you today is there's no point shelling out on all this lovely shiny componentry, making your car sound better, ride better, etc. if you're not going to spend good money on your tyres. Modern tyre technology is a quantum leap from even 5 or 6 years ago, okay? So whacking a new set of tyres on your car can be a day and night game changer. That's about it for our top 9 performance and maintenance upgrades for the 986 Boxster. If you've any further gems of wisdom for the 986 Boxster, please pop them in the comments below. Don't forget as well, you can get up to 10% off your basket at Heritage Parts Centre. Just enter the code 9WAX10 at the checkout. That's about it. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.